Hey, welcome back, guys. Chris with Dirt Road Life, and wanted to do a fun little project today that should be pretty quick as well. Want to take this 3/4 inch stock and turn it into a screen door for my porch. So the first thing I did is I went over to the miter saw station and I started by squaring up the ends of all my pieces that I was going to need. I think there was 7 pieces total. 3 cross members, 2 verticals, and a 1 just kind of a trim vertical piece. Next I went over and started marking my lengths. Then I realized my dad had put this Kreg jig miter saw stop on that you can just set at the length you want to cut, slide your boards up to it, and use the miter saw, so that was really handy. My next step, I went over to the table saw and ripped everything down to width. This is pretty much preference. I think mine were like 4 inches wide. Always use a push block so that you can keep your hand out of the way of the saw blade. Very important, and safety glasses. Next thing I did was go use my dad's Kreg jig and put 3 holes in the left and the right side of each of the horizontal pieces. And you could do this a couple different ways for joinery. I did this because a lot of people have the Kreg jig. You could use biscuit joints and a biscuit joiner, which would probably be in glue, which would probably be even a better joint. But I did this just because it was quick and easy, and I think a lot of people have access to it. I'm not exactly sure how I missed it, but I took 3/8 dowel and just cut it at about 1.5 inches long, and I pounded that into all my Kreg jig holes to fill the drill holes, and just a little bit of glue. And here I am using the oscillating tool just to basically flush cut those with the with my door stock. Just made quick work of that. Here I am starting the sanding process with the orbital sander, and I think I started off at like 80 grit and I worked my way up to 120, so, or 220, excuse me. And really, you don't need anything super smooth. You're going to be painting this, or I was anyway. So the intention wasn't to get a stain grade. Just something that paint was going to stick to and look good.
I used a 3/8 inch round over router bit on all the edges. That just kind of softens everything up a little bit, and it looks a lot better in my opinion. Really, simple step, and I think it helps bring out the look of the door quite a bit, or improve the look, I should say. I had these little angle brackets laying around in the shop, and I just figured I'd throw those in, stiffen the door up a little bit. You're going to be going in and out of this thing constantly all summer long. It's going to be slamming shut, and I just figured a little bit of insurance against the door coming apart or something. I think if you used biscuits and biscuit joiner and glue on the joinery, it probably wouldn't be so critical, because I think that's a stronger joint than the Kreg screws. But this will help stiffen it up a lot, and just made me feel a lot better.
All right, I primed this while you guys weren't watching, but I just used a spray can primer, which is pretty much what the local lumber yards will use if you buy primed trim and all that. So it just helps the paint go on a lot easier, and helps with any of the wood color, natural wood bleeding through. Just blew the door off with some compressed air. I think we're ready to get painting. I'm just using a Paint Plus primer from Valspar, some stuff I found in the basement. I don't even know what I bought it for, or if I bought it. But anyway, get that mixed up and we'll go to town.
Here I'm just using a Wizzy roller from Lowe's or Home Depot. You can get them just about anywhere, your local paint store. But these things are super handy. They fit in small spaces, and I was able to roll the entire door with this. I like it better than using a brush. It's quicker, and you get a more uniform coat. You don't see the brush strokes, so pretty handy. I think I ended up doing 2 coats, and then one final coat at the end after everything was together, just kind of a touch-up coat.
Got this fiberglass screen here that you can get at just about any hardware store. You can get fiberglass or aluminum. I just went with fiberglass. So this is going to be a little bit longer and wider than what I need, and I'm probably going to do it in two different applications here. I'm going to go from this way down and then from here up, because I'm going to have lattice that goes all the way around this border and then down the middle, and then same with this out here. So Let's cut it down to width and then we'll start applying it. Just gonna tack it in with T50 staples.
I thought it might be a pain stretching this stuff and getting it tight, but it really wasn't. I just kind of worked my way out. Started at one end and then just kind of pulled everything to one side or the other. I think with the aluminum screen it'd probably be quite a bit harder. So that's kind of one of the reasons I actually didn't choose the aluminum screen. Here I am just going around tapping all those staples in so they're nice and flush with the wood, and then I can go around and put my trim pieces on and they'll sit nice and flush as well. So here I've cut a few of my trim pieces, just I think it's 1 inch lattice, 1 or 3/4 inch, can't remember, but just tacking those in with a little brad nailer. And now the door is really starting to come together. It's starting to look like something. I used pretty small nails here. Obviously didn't want them to go through my door stock, but also wanted to be able to pry these pieces off very easily in case I ever got a hole in the screen. You're in and out of it all the time and it happens. So if I ever need to replace the screen, I'll be able to pop those trim pieces off relatively easily and make a repair or replacement of that fiberglass screen. Here's the final piece of trim. Alright, that looks pretty damn nice. Fill those nail holes. I got this stuff over here. Works pretty good. Tap, dry ducks. Just put it on with my finger and then when it dries you can just basically rub it right off and get it smooth. And then I'll do one quick coat of paint over everything and we'll call it a day. Go hang it. Alright, I think we're going to add one more finishing touch. I had this piece of stainless plate laying around, and I just marked it to the width of this board here. And I think I'm going to make a push plate for the inside of the door. On the outside you'll have the handle, so you can grab it if your hands are greasy and don't have to get the white all nasty. But on the inside, I think this will be kind of nice when you're coming from inside going out and your hands are whatever. Pop that. Keep the white a little bit whiter. Everything said 42 inches to the center from the floor, so we're just gonna run it. I'm actually using my pencil or pen to do a little what do I want to say? Get a little hole started there for the drill.
Oh yeah. Let's go hang that thing. So there you have it. There's the finished project, and this stainless push plate is really sweet. Been in and out of there all day long with greasy hands coming in and out of the shop, grabbing stuff from inside, and keeps the white trim really clean, and definitely a good addition. But pretty sharp looking from the outside. I'll step back a little bit so you guys can get the full picture here. I ended up using these spring hinges. They're actually for a screen door, but I might add like a little piece of rubber in a couple spots right here so it doesn't slam shut, because I mean it's kind of noisy. So I'll probably do that, quiet it down a little bit, but for now I just been kind of catching it like that so it doesn't slam. Close the security door here so you can kind of see it, what it looks like with that closed. I ended up painting that. It was a good motivation to paint that so I could actually have the full effect and see what it looks like all dressed up, but pretty sharp looking. Really happy with how it turned out. Wanted to use pretty much kind of construction methods that I think a lot of people have access to. I think a lot of people are buying the Craig jig now. If you wanted to make it even more stout, I would probably recommend a biscuit joiner, and then I think it'd be stronger. And not only that, but you wouldn't have to do the plugs with the 3/4 or 3/8 inch dowel like I did, so it would save you a little bit of work. But not everybody has a biscuit joiner. I think that's a less common tool in American wood shops. So yeah, we'll see how it holds up over the years. But as you can probably hear behind me here, I've got the Terex running. I gotta go fix some fence, and then tomorrow me and my buddy Jack are going down to the Lost Trails ATV park in Pennsylvania. Not exactly sure where, but I'll probably make a video of that and take the GoPros along, and might even take the drone up and throw that up in the sky and get some footage, and hopefully have a video for you guys in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned, and hit the like and subscribe please if you haven't already. That's what keeps me making these videos, and we'll see you on the next one.